Tom Aspinall has delivered a clear warning to Ciryl Gane ahead of a heavyweight title clash at UFC 321, stating, "If I hit anybody, I can knock them out, and Ciryl is no exception."
For Tom Aspinall, of course, the easy thing would be to, I guess, for you, try to take Ciryl to the ground and try to work from there. Is it obviously going to be the game plan, or are you going to try to strike with Ciryl?
No, I think if I hit anybody, I can knock anybody out. And I think that Ciryl is no exception, but obviously there are some weaknesses in his ground game that we've seen, but I'm sure he's improved. You know what I mean? This is an MMA fight. It can go anywhere, so I'm sure we'll both be ready for
The
anything.
undisputed heavyweight champion isn't holding back as he prepares for his first title defense. But before that, drama erupted in Paris, where tensions between the camps boiled over. Here's your complete breakdown of everything leading up to UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi.
Title implications in the middleweight division. Never mind that. That's not what we're talking about today. That fight card is going to be incredible. By the way, the fans here in Paris are just some of the best in the world. I'm telling you, the energy a moment ago for the press conference between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane was unbelievable. This is the fourth time in a row the UFC's been to Paris, and every single time, the atmosphere, the energy, it's just absolutely electric. So anyway, we're going to talk about Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. Of course, Tom Aspinall recently became the official, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. You know the story. We know what happened. Jon Jones vacated, walked away, retired as the GOAT, whatever you want to call it. Of course, wants to come back in the testing pool. He's going to fight at the White House, if you ask Jon Jones. That's a whole other story. We've talked about that a million times. Tom is the undisputed champion, and he's taking on Ciryl Gane.
The UFC 321 press conference in Paris descended into chaos as Tom Aspinall found himself deep in hostile territory. The moment the English champion grabbed the microphone, French fans erupted with boos that nearly drowned out his every word. Remaining composed, he remarked, there's nobody else left to fight. Ciryl, you just do your thing. Man, I'll just chill.
I mean, there was nobody else to fight. Ciryl, you just do your thing, man. You just do your thing, I'll just chill.
The atmosphere grew so intense that even French journalists were booed when they tried to question Aspinall. Host Michael Bisping could be heard laughing in the background as the crowd's hostility reached a fever pitch. Yet Aspinall stood his ground, and when he finally got the chance to speak, he delivered the chilling warning we opened with, making it clear that Gane perceived weaknesses, especially on the ground, have not gone unnoticed. The face-off itself was surprisingly respectful, with handshakes instead of trash talk, though the tension was undeniable. Fireworks are expected on October 25th, but the real drama unfolded off-camera. Sources reveal that Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane's coach, Fernand Lopez, engaged in a heated exchange at the Fighter Hotel in Paris, finally confronting the elephant in the room. Lopez has been outspoken about his belief that Aspinall is under immense pressure now that Jon Jones has vacated the title, even accusing the British champion of lying about fight offers Gane allegedly turned down. Aspinall responded firmly, with all due respect, his opinion is irrelevant to the situation. I perform exceptionally well under pressure.
I think we have everything we need. We have a very high quality, and now we have been shown that France is ready for its first UFC champion, and I think it could begin.
According to witnesses, the confrontation was tense but professional, with both sides finally addressing months of back-and-forth accusations. Lopez challenged Aspinall's claims that Gane had avoided fights early in their careers, while Aspinall stood firm in his stance that he's ready to face anyone, anytime. The standoff ended with both camps agreeing to let their fighters settle matters inside the octagon. The mood then shifted when Tom's father and head coach, Andy Aspinall, diffused the tension with some trademark British humor, reportedly telling Lopez, tell son not to choke him. He's got sore neck tattoos.
Yeah. Never you have mentioned your name or any time before making. That's the first time you like.
But you have to understand, for us, they did mention Cyryl's name before. Maybe not to you, but to us.
Well, no. Mention is like, do you want to fight him? They never even mentioned to me, I swear. No, I can always mention of them.
I believe you.
So Cindy was like,
Right, I get it.
rule with me.
I'm only saying
I don't
so.
understand what.
But from my perspective,
Okay.
it's the truth. From your perspective, it might be different.
Okay.
But I'm just saying my truth. I would never make it up and be like,
Okay.
oh,
The room erupted in laughter, and just like that, the controversy was put to rest. Now, let's break down what's ahead. On October 25th, Tom Aspinall enters as the undisputed heavyweight champion, officially elevated from interim status after Jon Jones retired rather than face him. The 32-year-old from Manchester has been nothing short of devastating in the UFC, securing 8 victories, all by finish, including 6 first-round knockouts. With an average fight time of just 2 minutes and 2 seconds, he holds a UFC record.
Tom, you were originally supposed to fight Jon Jones for the belt. Now it's Ciryl. So my question is simple. Considering that Jones is nearing the end and Ciryl is in his prime, who do you consider the biggest test right now?
Cyryl's the guy I'm fighting, so he's the biggest test right now. Jon Jones is retired, so I don't really have much to say on that, to be honest. So I'm fighting this guy, and this guy's really good, so I'll be as ready as I can be.
On the other side stands Ciryl Gane, the 35-year-old French technician hungry for redemption. With a 13-2 record, he has stumbled in 2 previous title fights, submitted by Jon Jones and outpointed by Francis Ngannou. Now, in his 3rd shot at UFC Gold, he's hoping the old saying holds true, 3rd time's a charm. As Gane himself put it, I don't really care about belts and stuff. I just care about my next fight. This showdown has been simmering for a long time.
You have defended your interim title once already. Do you feel like this is your 2nd title defense, or is the interim belt and the actual belt different for you?
To be honest, I don't really care about belts and stuff. I just care about my next fight. Cyryl's my next fight. He's the guy I'm focused on. This fight's been simmering for a long time, do you know what I mean? We both got in the UFC around the same time. We've been talking about this fight for a long time, so I'm just ready to fight this guy already and take him out.
To be honest, I don't really care about belts. I only care about my next fight. And right now, that's Ciryl. He's the guy I'm focused on. And this matchup has been building for a long time. We both entered the UFC around the same time, and people have been talking about this fight ever since. I'm just ready to finally step in there with him and take him out.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
No problem. I like the TKO group shirt. Hey, I like what we're doing here, okay? Obviously, WWE gets massive deal done with ESPN. UFC gets huge deal done here with Paramount Plus. And Skydance, I believe it's P-Sky, is their particular publicly trading thing. How's this come together, Dana? This is a huge swing by Paramount to get into sports full time. How pumped were you that they were a part of this? And, is this where you thought you were going to end up at like a month ago?
I agree with everything you just said. And yes, we've been going through the process. No, I didn't think this is where we would end up, but this is sort of how it played out. I love it. These guys are obviously very smart guys, very aggressive. And when you think about streaming, right? Streaming is incredible. When they drop a great show, the problem with the whole service is I can watch it tonight or I can watch it 2 years from now. Live sports is going to be a big deal, with all these streaming services. And, we're going to play a big part in it. And when you look at Paramount Plus, right, this new deal that we're going into, you get to watch all the UFC programming on there. No pay-per-view anymore. $13 or whatever it is, and you get everything. Plus, these guys have South Park, Yellowstone. I've been talking about Mobland now.
What makes this matchup fascinating is a clash of styles. Both men stand 6 feet 5 inches and move exceptionally well for heavyweights. Aspinall brings devastating knockout power and improved grappling, while Gane offers technical striking and footwork that's virtually unmatched in the division. French fighter Benoit Santini is backing his countrymen, declaring, France is ready for its first UFC champion, and I think it will be Gane. The fight carries extra significance as one of the final UFC pay-per-views under the current model, with the promotion recently announcing a massive $7.7 billion broadcast deal with Paramount, ending the pay-per-view era starting January 2026.
I think if I hit anybody, I can knock anybody out. And I think that Ciryl is no exception, but obviously there are some weaknesses in his ground game that we've seen, but I'm sure he's improved. You know what I mean? This is an MMA fight. It can go anywhere, so I'm sure we'll both be ready for anything.
For fighters like Aspinall and Gane, this represents a last opportunity to earn the lucrative PPV points that have made champions wealthy for decades. And it all stems from Jon Jones choosing retirement over facing Aspinall. The British champion has been outspoken about wanting to fight anyone, taking what many interpret as a jab at Jones's reluctance. UFC 321 is shaping up to be explosive, and Aspinall's warning to Gane couldn't be clearer. If I hit anybody, I can knock anybody out, and Ciryl is no exception.
Jon Jones calling himself, somebody give me a clue. Jon Jones is calling himself something right now. Forever champion. The forever champion.
I was asked about Jon Jones, right? And I left him off the Mount Rushmore of fighters. I left him and Anderson Silva. To that, Jon Jones didn't respond. DC, I was a high school champ, JUCO national champ, youngest UFC champion, greatest in MMA history, a lifetime of lost victories and sacrifice. And this guy wants to write it all off on steroids. Honestly, it's insulting, but I can't help but laugh, knowing it was God's given ability that made him feel so inferior. That's Jon Jones.
With the Paris drama now settled, thanks to some classic British humor from Andy Aspinall, both fighters can focus on what truly matters, settling it in the octagon. The undisputed heavyweight championship will be on the line on October 25th at the Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. Will Aspinall's knockout power prove too much, or can Gane's technical brilliance finally earn him that elusive UFC gold? As Aspinall said, I'm ready to fight this guy already and take him out. Will have complete coverage of UFC 321 right here on Fight Night News. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to catch every moment. Until next time, this has been Keep Fighting.
Favor and give this guy. You don't think there's any chance that Jon can beat him?
I do. That's the problem. I said, gun to my head, if I had to choose, I would probably say Jon Jones would win. Wow. It's all I've seen him do. I've seen him fight. He's right. He's everyone. This is always the next best guy. This guy's going to beat me. This guy's going to beat Jon Jones. And what does Jon do? He vanquishes him. He beats him.
Said about Gustafsson.
Said about Gustafsson. Said about me. Said it about Rashad. Said it about Rampage. Said it about Ciryl Gane. I mean, he dirtied Ciryl Gane up.
But the man been away for 100 years and walked through Ciryl Gane like Ciryl Gane was me. That was embarrassing. DC, that was embarrassing. DC, that was embarrassing.
I've been trying to stay off of Ciryl, man, because I like Ciryl. Yo, when Cyryl's on the ground and he looked at him like, I was like, he looked like he saw a ghost. He was so in awe of Jon that he couldn't even compete with him. I'm like, bro, he about to fight for the world title again. Imagine if Ciryl Gane win and Jon go.
It wasn't just about Peds. Cormier also criticized Jones's mindset. He said, I give him credit, but the guy is so weird. He's such a weird guy. Even though I spent 20 minutes talking about him, highlighting all the great things he does in the octagon, it's the negative that he latches onto. That's what he wants to focus on. In reality, I feel like I was very fair. For more updates, breakdowns, and fight analysis, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss the action.